Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Seahawks fans, get ready because there's a rumor swirling around that could shake up the entire NFC West and send shockwaves through the league. Word is that the Miami Dolphins, who are currently struggling at 2-6 and dealing with some serious injury issues, especially with Tua Tagovailoa's concussion woes, might be willing to part ways with one of their most explosive weapons, Tyreek Hill. It sounds crazy, I know, but hear me out. Reports are suggesting that Miami could trade Hill for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And what's more, this move would free up about $25 million in cap space, which the Dolphins would likely use to rebuild their offensive line and shore up their defense, which frankly has been leaking points at an alarming rate, allowing around 28 points per game. Now, why would Miami consider such a bold move? Well, with a full reset on the horizon after the trade deadline on November 4th, the Dolphins are probably thinking long-term. They might be looking at a similar situation to the Patriots' trade for Randy Moss back in 2007, where they shook things up to build for the future rather than just patching the present. Plus, their odds of making the playoffs are now a long shot, sitting at plus 1-0, and their defense is giving up big chunks of yardage, which is hindering their chances. It's a move driven by desperation, but also a clear signal that Miami wants to retool quickly. But what about the Seahawks? Well, just as wild a rumor is that Seattle could be eyeing Tyreek Hill as a game-changing addition. They're sitting at 6-2 and have been aggressive in their roster moves lately, especially after acquiring Shaheed, which boosted their deep passing game. With Kupp still out due to that hamstring injury from Week 7 against the 49ers, adding a player like Hill makes a ton of sense. Hill's speed, after all, would give Geno Smith a true deep threat, something that could elevate the Seahawks' offense to a whole new level. And let's be real, the Seahawks' offense has been firing on all cylinders, but adding a weapon like Hill could be the final piece that makes this team unstoppable. Reports from reputable insiders like ESPN's Schefter and Fox's Rachel Bonnetta have been buzzing with the idea that the Seahawks are very interested. They see Hill as a speed boost that could help them stretch the field and keep defenses honest. Hill's ability to burn past defenders with that 429 40-yard dash makes him a nightmare for defenses, especially when matched up against press coverage. His route running and ability to create separation, averaging 2.9 yards of separation per route, are off the charts. And it's not just about speed. Hill is a proven playmaker, with 35 catches for 512 yards and 4 touchdowns so far in 2025, averaging 14. 6 yards per catch and earning a solid 93.5 grade from PFF. That's elite production, especially considering his injuries this season. A calf tweak in Week 2 and a back injury in Week 4 kept him from being 100%. But even then, he's been a deep threat and a matchup nightmare. What makes Hill's potential addition even more intriguing for Seattle is how he complements their existing weapons. DK Metcalf has been electric, but Hill's speed would force defenses to choose who to double-team. His ability to stretch the field can open up a lot of options for Geno, especially in big moments or third-and-long situations. And of course, Hill's presence would take some pressure off Metcalf, making Seattle's aerial attack even more explosive. His stats, averaging 4.29 seconds in the 40 and 3.3 yards per route run, are reminiscent of Randy Moss in his prime, particularly his record-breaking 2007 season with the Patriots. Hill's career totals of over 200 receiving yards and 65 touchdowns, combined with his 5 Pro Bowl selections, speak volumes about what he can bring to a team looking to make a deep playoff run. Now, looking at Miami, it's clear they're in a bit of a mess right now. Their offense has been inconsistent, averaging only 6.9 yards per attempt without Tua, and their projected record is around 413 if things don't turn around. They're also prioritizing cap space and youth in the draft, needing to rebuild their trenches and get younger overall. They're possibly looking at a long-term dip, similar to the Vikings' dip in 2013 when they traded away Percy Harvin, but with the hope of long-term dividends. Miami's current odds to win the Super Bowl are at plus 20, which shows how far they've fallen from their early season expectations. But in Seattle, things are looking much brighter. Geno Smith has been playing some of the best football of his career, and adding Hill would boost their deep passing game to another level. Right now, Hill's projected yardage for 2025 is over 200 yards, with a 22% increase in big plays of 20 yards or more. His speed, combined with Geno's 68% completion rate and 7.9 yards per attempt in 2025, makes for a truly dangerous combination. Hill's ability to burn past defenders, his 4.29 40-yard dash, gives him a clear edge over most corners, and his route running, averaging just 2.6 yards of YAC, allows him to create mismatches all over the field. From a strategic standpoint, Hill's addition could be a game changer. His impact isn't just in the stats, but in how defenses have to game plan against him. His drop rate is only 0.8%, and he maintains an 82% success rate versus press coverage, which is elite. Seattle's offense would be able to stretch the field vertically, opening up the middle and underneath routes for Metcalf and Shaheed, and even providing more options in the red zone. His presence could turn the Seahawks into one of the most potent offenses in the league, especially in cold-weather playoff games where big plays often determine the outcome. And that's where it gets even more interesting. Seattle's cap flexibility of around $15 million allows them to absorb Hill's salary without too much trouble. If the Seahawks were to acquire Hill, it could be the boost they need to make a serious push for the NFC West crown and a deep playoff run. Their current odds to win the NFC West are looking good, and with a division-leading record of 6-2, a move like this could push them towards a 12-5 record or better, especially with sweeps over divisional rivals like the Rams. The Seahawks have been playing with a lot of confidence, and adding a player like Hill would send a message that they're all in, that they're chasing that Super Bowl ring with everything they've got. Now, looking even further ahead, the Super Bowl betting odds have shifted significantly. The odds for the Seahawks to win Super Bowl LXI have shortened from +1,200 to +500. That's a huge jump, and it signals how serious the buzz is around Seattle's potential to contend. Hill's ability to produce in big moments, averaging over 110 yards per game in his career in playoff situations, would make him a crucial X-factor. His explosiveness, combined with Geno's precision passing, could be the perfect storm that takes Seattle to the next level, perhaps even to the franchise's first Super Bowl appearance since 2014. Of course, all of this is speculation for now, but the signs are pointing toward a very real possibility that the Seahawks could capitalize on this opportunity. They've shown they're not afraid to swing for the fences, and with their current roster and cap space, adding a player of Hill's caliber makes perfect sense. The NFC West is competitive, but a move like this could tip the scales in Seattle's favor, giving them that extra edge that separates a good team from a championship contender. Imagine a Seahawks offense that already features DK Metcalf, Shaheed, and Geno Smith, now augmented with Tyreek Hill's sheer speed and playmaking ability. That's a nightmare for defenses, and it could be the kind of move that pushes Seattle over the top. So Seahawks fans, the big question is, are we about to witness one of the most audacious trades in recent NFL history? Will the Dolphins really pull the trigger, or is this just a lot of smoke? Either way, it's an exciting time for Seahawks Nation. The possibility of seeing Hill in that navy and green jersey, stretching the field and electrifying the crowd, is enough to get anyone hyped. It's a reminder that in the NFL, things can change in an instant, and Seattle is always ready to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. The next few weeks will be crucial in shaping the postseason picture, and if this trade goes down, it could redefine the NFC West and set the stage for an epic playoff run. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think acquiring Tyreek Hill is the move that takes us to the Super Bowl? Or do you believe the Dolphins are making a mistake by letting him go? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, this could be a game-changing move, and your voice is part of the conversation. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Let's keep riding this wave of excitement, because if this deal happens, it could be the start of something legendary for our team. Seahawks fans, we're on the brink of a new chapter, and I couldn't be more pumped to see where it takes us.